Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me, even though the market's a little bit poopy today. Hey, what's going on, guys? Guys, Bitcoin, it's a little bit red today. I don't know if you've seen the chart, but it's a little bit red. There's a little bit of red in the chart. Very few people are freaking out. Most people are buying like crazy, and we are definitely not about to enter the bear market. This is 100% still bullish. Actually, now that I look at it, I changed my mind. We are quite significantly below the 50-week moving average, which I don't want to be overly negative, because I feel like that can lead to a misplaced bearishness. But the 50-week moving average, not the 4-hour, the 50-week moving average is around $103,000 right now. If you go simple moving average or exponential, one of the two, it's at like 101. Bitcoin is at 93K. There's kind of no good way to paint this. We should not be closing a weekly candle below the 50-week moving average. That is very bad. We are well below it, and we've never closed during a bull market below the 50-week moving average. The last time we did was November 2021. Oddly enough, it's exactly 4 years from then, is November 2025. So, Bitcoin 4-year cycle. We're closing below the 50-week moving average. There's a potential for a rebound, retest, for a rejection, and then we enter the bear market. Since then, we have not crossed and closed a weekly candle below the 50-week moving average. We broke above that in March of 2023 and have stayed above it ever since, consistently bounced off of it, and now we are literally, for the first time ever, not for the first time ever, for the first time since last bull market, about to close a weekly candle below the 50-week moving average. So it's looking a little dicey, a little spicy. I personally, this is one of those random arbitrary things, but it is a big deal based on the information that we have before us, showcasing that we've never closed below it, and we're currently about to close below it, and we've never maintained a bull market after the fact. So it is a little bit frightening. That being said, the fractal does enjoy the idea of us trading sideways until December, January, and then potentially moving up from there. Now, your counter argument to that could be, what does a fractal have to do with anything? And my reply would be, what does a 50-week moving average have to do with anything? It's all subjective, so I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and see if we can get some good trades out of it. Maybe make a little bit of money with our dollar cost average bags that are slowly bleeding down to zero. With that being said, I would appreciate it if you guys smash the like button. I'm going to make sure I'm still here every single day, even if we start talking about stocks and commodities and other junk like that, investing, starting a business, all that stuff. I will still be here every single day, streaming for you guys. Bitcoin dominance still below 60, which is awesome. For some reason, I got some random arbitrary number here for November 26th for Bitcoin dominance to top blast and then explode to the downside and allow alts some relief, because as of right now, we've mentioned it 1,000 times, we've had zero alt season. Dream Tanks, I don't know if you're here yet, but Dream Tanks said that the next 3 days we're going to be bearish, and that third day concludes tonight, Sunday, and the 3-day chunk started at about 99,200. So as long as Bitcoin closes below that, then Dream Tanks was correct in his assumption. and his analysis, which is cool. It's cool to observe. So cheers to that. I'm going to go ahead and assume that we're not going to get a monstrous God candle above 101K before or within the next like 35 minutes. I feel like that's a safe bet. But you never know. We've seen crazier things happen. We have received a bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI. And a red dot on the momentum wave pointed to the downside. We do have a confirmed green dot on the 4-hour for market cipher, but we all know that's pretty much meaningless at the moment. Nobody really gives a crap. So outside of that, ETH is down 2.52% on the day. We got a nice wick to the downside. Double wick scenario. Is it a tweezer bottom? I don't know. It is holding above 3K, which is awesome. That's what we want to see, the strength of 3K. We talked about this already. That is a big psychological number, so staying above that is going to be important. We do have a red dot on our momentum wave, signaling some potential downside here. However, or not however, I guess it's the same concept. We did get another bearish cross over the moving average on the RSI. But it does kind of look like we're just going to begin to dance around it, whether or not we coil up and continue sideways or, what have you. That's all up in the air. Right now, we're just going to keep an eye on it. Again, volume has been dried up since April, which is weird. I'm a little bothered that I didn't notice that until like yesterday. But it is what it is. Dream Tank said the 3-day is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, I was wrong. We are still in the 3-day. My bad. So the 3-day will close in 1 day and 1 hour. Sorry about that. Okay, let's adjust then. So there's hope. Not really. I think closing below our Sunday, or closing our Sunday below the 50-week moving average is not good. So jokes aside, I think this is very bad for Bitcoin. I do. And the broader altcoin cryptocurrency market. Can I not select more than one thing at a time? That's annoying. All right, we're going to go to whatever. I'm going to go till right there. And this is going to go to right there. And this is going to go to right there. I'm going to go right there. Actually, I'll just stretch this. Okay. So that is our red 3-day scenario. But again, outside of that, closing below the 50, big deal. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, nice. I know all about those shopping excursions. What happened? Philly said, I'm shopping with the wife. Volume is off, but still wanted to stop by. Appreciate you, Philly. Don't forget to smash the like button. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, cooking up some steaks, trying to take my mind off this market. What market? I'm planning on taking the family to the movies at least once in December. I feel like there was another movie coming out before then, though. What else? What else are we going to do? I broke my van. I told you guys about that. I'm going to fix it. What else am I doing to avoid the market? I feel like... Oh, yes. I ordered a bunch of ghost hunting. A bunch of ghost hunting equipment. So expect... I'm going to guess within the next, 30 to 45 days... our first official ghost hunting video. That's going to be pretty cool. Dream Tank said the 3-day is chef kiss, bro. You want to pay for my TradingView Premium, then I'm all for it. But yeah, ETH, potential tweezer bottom situation here. We are down 2.32% on the day. Solana's down 1.33% on the day. Holding up a little bit better than Ethereum, but it's still pretty bleak here. Very sideways. We do have a red dot on the momentum wave, a bullish cross pending on the moving average on the RSI. It does look coiled up. It looks very coiled up. And we got our now resistance. So this lower trend line up here is turning into resistance within our broader trend. This thick blue line is our gigantic trend line from way, way back when we first broke out and established new all-time highs on Solana. So that line is also relevant if we do try to continue to the upside or try to make a break for the upside. We're going to have to get through this first one, probably reject the second one, hold the first one, break through the second one, hold the second one, and then continue up from there. Or it could just go straight up past both of them. You never know. If you got enough strength and volume, it could do that. Really could. Dream Tank said, I can guide you with my 3 days. So all good, bro. We got this. I can just look at the one day and look at 3 candles at a time and save money. Total 3. Oddly enough, the most recent 4-hour candle turning green, which isn't very odd. When everything's incredibly oversold and the FUD turns into like Epstein being Satoshi, I think we're going to expect a big fat green rebound. So let's everybody cross your fingers. Can Bitcoin pump? I'm going to go right here. 7% within the next 31 minutes. Can it happen? I don't know. That's going to be cutting it pretty dang close. That'd be pretty sick for the stream, though. Total 3, down 0.93% on the day. We are below 910. We are holding 900, which is very important, I feel. I was looking for a bounce at 925, but we broke below that, and it turned into resistance, which makes me sad. Is this a tweezer bottom? I don't know. Are we going to get a bullish cross over the moving average? I don't know. We got a red dot in the momentum wave, point to the downside, about to enter oversold territory on the momentum wave, which is interesting. And I don't know. I think that the price needs to push back above 925. If we can't do that, then it's probably going to continue lower. But again, this is total 3, so it's just kind of indicative of what all the other alts are doing. ADA is down 3.77%, potentially holding the lower trend line, which may be incredibly irrelevant here. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3 points of confluence. This would be number 4, so I don't know. It is kind of oversold. We had a red dot at the Pico top back here, so that should have been our first sell signal. We got a red dot on the momentum wave right here, pointed to the downside, even though we are entering oversold territory on the momentum wave as well as the RSI. Nobody actually cares. They're still dumping their bags. 48.44. I guess my really long term, however long ago this is from, retrace target of 42 cents may become incredibly relevant soon, and then I can say I was right, even though I don't remember putting that on the chart. That'll be exciting. Volume on ADA has been awful for like a year, so that's not really that surprising. SNEC is down 1.64% on the day, currently trading at 16,230. Can it get back above 20? I don't know. I do not know. There's a lot of people buying. We have not entered oversold yet. We got a red dot on the momentum wave, which is about to enter oversold. But outside of that, it's looking pretty bleak. Looking pretty bleak. This reminds me of this, which reminds me of this, which reminds me of this. That is a tier. XRP is down 0.95% on the day, potentially retesting the upper trend line breakout from the inverse head and shoulder that occurred a month ago. So we'll see if that results in some upside. Volume actually looks decent here. My bounce target from my October guess was $2.10. That actually occurred right here. Are we going to hit that again is the question. And if we do, would we bounce? Jim Derringer said looks more like balls and tears. Oh, I gotta make this into an icon for the channel. We got the bearish peen pattern that I drew the other day. We gotta make this into an icon in the Discord and on the in the YouTube chat. watch my channel get banned for that. That'd be so funny. Anyways, XRP also looking like it's trying to break above 222. It is at 221 right now. Potential bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI pending. Red dot in the momentum wave. About to enter oversold territory. H-bar is down 4.55%. H-bar getting absolutely decimated. H-bar is one of the few coins that had a ETF approved during the government shutdown, which was very interesting. But it doesn't seem to have helped any of the strength or price action. We do have a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher from Friday, which happened right about here, and the price has since gone down more, so that shows you the green dots aren't really that relevant, on the 4-hour at least. SWI is down 4.54% on the day, touching our trend line. We'll see if we get a reaction here. We are below 169, holding above 150, which I suppose is good, but I don't know, it's oversold on the 4-hour time frame. Green dot from Friday. Price is down since then, same situation as H-bar. Let's see if we get a bullish cross over the moving average on the RSI. We do have a red dot on the momentum wave, point to the downside though, even though we just entered oversold. Maybe that's an inverse head and shoulder. That's possible. We've seen that happen before. Maybe it results in some upside. We will see. Jim Derringer said, it's a cup and balls to the downside. Yes. Ando's down 4.19%. Looks like crap. We broke below 58.86 and rejected and attempt to get back above, and now we are going down further. I have no lines down here because nobody references price action from that long ago unless we're entering a bear market. So maybe we're entering a bear market, guys. Look at that. Unfortunately, all of the flavor of the weak coins are going to zero. Even the flavor of the weak coins from 2021 that were a little more relevant for a longer period of time. I think all altcoins are, at least temporarily, completely screwed unless some miracle happens, which is possible. Arrow's down 6.55% on the day, currently trading at 81.30. We are dancing around 85.86, which is interesting. Volume kind of fell off. We got weekend volume, of course. Bearish crossover the moving average on the RSI. We do have Bongo Cat on the RSI. I don't remember if that is bullish or bearish, but we had some thing that we used to do when we found that in the RSI specifically. Red dot on the momentum wave, point at the downside. And I don't know. Holding 80 is going to be important. Worst case scenario, Hail Mary would be 76.03. Arrow actually looks relatively decent despite being down quite significantly. It actually, it pumped up, retraced, pumped up, retraced. It's been consistently pumping, which is exciting. Jim said Tom Lee's not worried. His entire ETH stack is spot. No leverage here. Well, good for Tom Lee. What bothers me about Tom Lee, and I'm sorry, I love the guy, but Charles, is they're incredibly out of touch. They have billions of dollars already, and they're sitting here, maybe not Tom Lee, I can't really speak for him, but Charles is sitting here making videos like, the paper hand, we're gonna sell with the paper hand. Like making fun of people who have no money. And meanwhile, he's a billionaire. He has a Black Hawk helicopter. He has like several acres in multiple states. So, I don't know, it's just kind of out of touch, kind of tacky, in my opinion. And if I said that to his face, he would go, F you, I earned all the money they have. And I didn't say that he didn't, so stop being insecure, man. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Anyways, Pinlink. Pinlink is down 10.14% on the day, continuing its loss from since it broke below $1 and couldn't hold 50. 50 was the big point, I think, when it got real ugly. So the real ugly continues. Are we in a downtrend that can eventually break bullish? Yes, actually. Yes, we are. So now that this has been revealed, I can place it on the chart, check it out. See, now, I guess that actually looks decent because this is something that you'd want to buy. It's not overinflated. It's not overhyped. It's not overexcited. This is something that you buy because it's way, way, way like shoved in the hamper, and it's eventually going to pop to the upside. Look how oversold this thing is on the 4-hour. I'm not saying to go buy this. I'm not saying that. But if you do believe in the project and you think it's going to go far, this is an attractive chart, in my opinion. Render's down 4.9% on the day, currently trading at 203. Holding $2 is going to be a big deal here. Nice psychological level. We've rejected 260. Can we get a bounce off of $2 and continue back up to another attempt at breaking 260? I think that's important. A lot of resistance on this moving average on the RSI. So breaking above that's going to be a big deal. We are oversold on our momentum wave on Market Cipher with a red dot. Can we flip that green and continue to the upside from here? Time will tell. This last 4-hour candle looks very interesting. Jim Derringer said if Tom Lee hasn't capitulated, the bottom isn't it. He issued a public apology and admitted defeat the day we bottomed in April. Bears and Burry capitulated in October. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Jim Derringer. We are about to close a weekly candle on Bitcoin under the 50-week moving average. And again, that is an arbitrary thing. It's just a thing that, has consistently been one way over Bitcoin's entire history, which is not a long history, it's a short history with a lot of volatility and a lot of money. But you can't look at that and be like, oh, everything's still super uber bullish. There are cracks in the foundation of the bullish case. Which is why, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I did publish my bearish case for crypto today. If you are familiar, I did make the bullish case for crypto 3 weeks ago. Today seemed appropriate to record and release the bearish case for crypto. So if you guys are curious about that, go check it out. I am not going to lie. I have a bullish bias. And it was a little hard for me to dig to find an equal amount of bearish scenarios. They're all a lot more speculative than the bullish, in my opinion. But again, I am biased. So, I don't know. I feel like you guys should go watch it. Because it's a good video. You got to watch both sides. Take both sides into consideration. And what's nice about that is it's all factual information. I offer my opinion on those things, but you can look at the facts, which are also in the descriptions, if you want it like typed out. And you can compare the two, and you can, weigh your own opinion against those two lists of information and like decide yourself, am I bearish or bullish based on this data? And if you guys know of any more bullish or bearish reasonings, then let me know in the replies for those videos, because the latest one got completely flooded by bots for some like scam token, which is kind of hilarious. I'm wondering if that counts towards my views. Stellar's down 1.62% on the day, currently trading at 25.54. Can it hold 25 cents, or are we going to lose that and get a little spicy here? I suppose only time will tell, but it's interesting to watch. Mr. Jinx said, take off the hat. Let us see. Maybe the market will go to the moon. The hat does not come off unless we reach $1,000 within one stream. And my strategic advice to you guys, which is not financial, is to coordinate and maybe get 100 of you guys to donate $10 during one of my 12-hour streams or something. Or like 50 of you guys to donate 20, or 10 of you guys to donate 100. We have to reach $1,000 within one stream, and then the hat comes off. You know what? I'll do you guys even better. I'll give you guys 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. So December 16th, that is a month. We'll go December 1st. December 1st, if you guys reach a cumulative $1,000 in donations, I will remove the hat. And that'll be a little early Christmas present. Jim said, the only one in the room actually confused is dominance. I don't know. I think everyone's confused. Everyone's freaking out right now. Polkadot is down 1.17%. Polkadot's been weirdly strong, but I think it's literally just because there's no one like buying or selling anymore. It's very stagnant, which makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad. We got a little double top projection of 333. Potential support line here at this purple, which happens to be around 260, 270. That is kind of a legacy trend line going all the way back to April 2025. Drummer said after the Epstein news, Bitcoin isn't bullish or bearish, it's childish. Oh, dang. Whoa. I was talking about the Epstein stuff with the family, and we came to the realization, we were like, if that's true, Donald Trump is our first gay president. And then my daughter goes, no, wait, if that's true, Bill Clinton is our first gay president. And I was like, what? It was crazy. It was ridiculous. Mr. Jinx said, must it be US dollars, or can it be some third world country dollars that we might be able to do? No, it has to be US dollar value of 1,000. Polkadot, 280. Let's see if we can get back above 3. Potential bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI. Red dot in the momentum wave, signaling further downside. Barkcoin looks like poop, which is the opposite of what it's supposed to be. Cass also looks like ass. Avalanche, 1526. I don't remember what I pointed out with the Avalanche. I was like, if it breaks, it's probably going down to 10, maybe? Something like that. I don't know. Avalanche is getting a little too spicy. Chainlink. If Chainlink loses 1339, it's probably going down to, I'm going to guess, 1250, honestly. But again, it's looking like all of these alts are setting up some weird short-term bottom, at least on the 4-hour. So it is what it is. Doge down 2.34% on the day. Near, very far. Pengu. Yeah, Pengu's pretty bad off as well. Silver. Is silver going to rebound, or was that a double top on silver? Because it looks like it could have been. Only time will tell. Obviously, current candle is up 0.72%. Currently trading at 50.87. It's holding 50, which is nice. We'll see if that lasts over time. Jim Derringer said, also, is it just me, or has Charles slowly gotten more out of touch? I don't know. I don't pay attention enough. I think people think that I do because I thoroughly enjoy Cardano, but I enjoy the Cardano ecosystem, I guess, more than I enjoy Cardano as a whole. I think the ecosystem and the community is great. But also, I joke about the maximalism, but I have a diversified portfolio, so I just don't really like hang out in any other circles other than Cardano circles. Not for any reason other than the fact that I know people in the Cardano circles, so that's just the echo chamber that crypto Twitter put me in. John Tujo said, Bitcoin doomed, bruh. You might be right. You might be right, John. DXY, a little bit confused. Bullish crossover the moving average after like a funky looking SPY versus SPY inverse head and shoulders, which is fun. Strategy, aka Big B Coffee, currently 249 cents. Can it hold above 200, or is it doomed to dump further come Monday open? Obviously, time will tell with this one as well. NASDAQ, still chilling. We'll see if we face a recovery tomorrow. Same with the S&P. We got rumors of a potential China-U.S. trade deal with rare earth or something. It didn't, like, we got a confirmed trade deal essentially last month. Nobody cared. I don't think anybody's going to care this time around either. What we need is the end to quantitative tightening, a beginning to quantitative easing, money printer go burr, stimulus checks, liquidity injections, and rate cuts. That is what we need, in my opinion, for what we know as a proper alt season. And that's not me being like, oh, I want all of it. Like, obviously, I want alt season. I would prefer us to not require all of these stupid ingredients for this cocktail that we call a bull market. But unfortunately, we were very spoiled with the previous bull market. And I think that that's what it'll take, at least to my knowledge, unless, you know, something new happens and we get a nice little bull market situation without any of those things, in which case I'll be grateful. But I'm not familiar with that scenario in my brain. Manny Vera said, great short video you posted earlier. Thank you very much, Manny Vera. I appreciate that. Jim Derringer said, I don't think strategy will go too much lower. It's starting to trade below NAV, making it undervalued. You are correct. And unfortunately, Sailor is kind of famous for that, is he not? From the .com bubble. Maybe I'm wrong. Bitcoin down, it's 59.49. Bitcoin itself down 1.22% on the day, currently trading at 94,466. Are we about to get the monstrous pump? We got 13 minutes left for Bitcoin to go up 7%. I don't think it can happen. But again, volume has been piss poor for the better part of 8 months, I believe. So, who knows? Manny Vera said, staying away from alts next bull run. That, unfortunately, I think is going to be a lot of people's conclusion from all of this, which is messed up. Imagine this bear market only lasts like 2-3 months. We get into a proper bull market early 2026, and most of the people that are here today miss out because they think that alts are poisoned. You know what I mean? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said the real projects with actual utility will rise to the top and control the market. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, I agree and disagree. I think the real projects with actual profits, with actual income, will rise to the top and control the market. Now, you could argue that the projects with utility will have that, but some of them don't. some of them are not profitable at all. And I don't mean profits like, oh, stakeholders make money. I don't care about that. I'm talking about like Solana making money with like Pump Fun and like whatever. I don't know if Solana actually makes money, but like the Solana Foundation needs to be profitable in order for Solana to succeed. Or at least the projects built on Solana need to be profitable in order for Solana to succeed. There needs to be some semblance of economy built into the chain in order for it to succeed, in my opinion. That is why BNB, I think, is still sitting on top, because it's linked to Binance, and Binance is an incredibly profitable business model. We got the daily close contest coming up in less than 1 minute, so make sure you guys get your guesses ready. It's been a minute. I think I've missed 2 days in a row again, so let's get transition. You guys got 36 seconds left until you can start guessing. Jim Derringer said, well, his Bitcoin credit scheme is less ridiculous than his Excel 2.0 data management scheme from .com. Wall Street likes to poo-poo on things that don't have revenue generation. VCs like the speculation. Yeah. Yep. All right. I would like for someone in the chat to try to explain to me why the 50-week moving average close is not a concern. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. It's a ton of fun. Make sure you stick around for that. You got a 5-minute window. All you got to do is put your guess in the chat. If you are new and you are unaware, Bitcoin likes to filter out numbers, so put letters in between your numbers. I am an adult man capable of deciphering numbers and letters. So put that in there. I'll make sure you get entered in to win. Completely free to play. All you got to do is be subscribed, smash the like button, and type your guess in the chat. Mr. JShear 2.0 coming in with his first guess, 94,399. Jeez. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, 95,000.00. Dremmer coming in with 94,656 and 69 cents. Very good. I like that. Very nice. I just hurt my knee. Ouch. Guys, bear market aside, if we're actually entering a bear market, my snack figure is on its way, which makes me very excited. I paid a ridiculous amount of money for that thing, and it is an incredibly limited collectible. I might buy another one, just because. Tisha said the one and only reason would be that Ben is looking for 2 weekly closes below the 50-week, and Jordan is looking for a single close. I'm personally a single close guy as well. We've got Manny Vera. Manny Vera, 94,566. I'm going to take the latest one as your correct one. Mr. Jinx said 69, whatever I am guessing. I'm just going to go 69K? No? Yeah, I'll do that. JShear 2.0 said, personally, I think it's next week's close that's the one to watch. Why, though? Because of the 2-week thing? Nathan Eli coming in with a guess. Welcome, Nathan Eli. 94,957. I'm going to guess right now that Nathan Eli is going to win, because usually the new people win. Jim Derringer said 2-year yield topping suggests a short-term repositioning cycle into easing. JShear 2.0, yep. Jim Derringer said usually precedes liquidity strains. JShear 2.0 said, yep, teased you. Jim Derringer, can you explain to me how that would affect the markets, up or down, like I'm 12? Because my brain is off today. Dream Tanks, both of them. Teased you, both of them. The 50-week moving average, 50-week exponential moving average, and 50-week simple moving average. I don't know the difference personally, but there is a difference in the actual number. One of them's 103, one of them's like 101 or 102 or something. Dream Tanks, 94,800. Anybody else? Anybody at all? You guys got 2 minutes remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Like I said, chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. It's a ton of fun. I have a question for you guys. I have a very large dollar value worth of Pokemon cards in my possession. Now, I've run this by the Cardano community. I want to run it by you guys as well. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in collecting cards. I was going to is a little too committal. I've been thinking about the concept of launching an NFT raffle where you buy an NFT for $10, and that NFT is one entry for a chance to win $1,000 worth of my Pokemon cards. And that $1,000 value is based on TCG player and the card conditions. And I would do first place gets 1,000, second place gets a couple hundred, third place gets like 100. And then we'll do random giveaways of like $20, $30, $50 cards, whatever, throughout the entire time to like promote it and stuff. What do you guys think of that? Would you buy a $10 NFT with a chance? The only purpose of the NFT is to serve basically as a raffle ticket for this chance to win. Jim Derringer said, the Federal Reserve determines forward policy decisions regarding easing and interest rates based on the 2-year note. That doesn't help. Is that you're dumbing it down for me? Pretend I'm extra dumb. You guys got 33 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the Daily Close contest. A lot of guesses today. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Tons of fun. We're having such a great time. DreamTake said, I am broke. So am I. That's why I'm auctioning off my freaking Pokemon cards. Oh, that's a good one. 12 seconds remaining. Billy cracked me up the other day. I was talking about breaking my van. I was like, I took my van to my garage, and he's like, to hide it from the repo? I was cracking up. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in the Daily Close contest. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. We've got 95K from DreamTanks TV. Nope. Ourbit Brooklyn. We've got, change this to a solid line, 94,957 from Nathan Eli. That's really embarrassing. Nathan Eli. 94,957. We've got 94,800 from DreamTanks TV. It bugs me if people have their stuff a certain way and I don't type it right. It drives me crazy. We've got Drummer with 94,656. We've got 94,566 with Manny Vera. We've got JShear 2.0 with 94,399. And last but not least, we've got Mr. Jinx with 69K. Very cool. Mr. Jinx, is your name based on Jinx from League of Legends, aka Arcane? Question mark. Or the Pokemon? Pokemon Jinx. DreamTanks is cracking up. Guys, Bitcoin currently trading at 94,331 and 99 cents. Currently, Mr. Jinx, believe it or not, is in the lead. Let me actually pull him all the way up here because he's way too far down there. Mr. Jinx, I'm going to bring you up so that we can at least see you. And I'm going to type out that this represents 69K. Very cool. Bitcoin 94,294 and 15 cents. Mr. Jinx has the largest gap on the board besides Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn has the largest gap because it goes to infinity and beyond. Some call him Buzz Lightyear. Some call him Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Whatever you call him. He is currently not in the lead. Mr. Jinx is in the lead with 69K. Nice. Bitcoin's current price, 94,323. Oh, 324 even. JShear 2.0 is next in line for the throne with a guess of 94,399. Can Bitcoin pump up above that price, or is it doomed to fail? We've got 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining on the clock, and we've got a current red candle. Jim Derringer said every major top on the 2-year note yield preceded each crash, liquidity crunch, or crisis since 1989. Topping structure or downtrend usually implies liquidity stresses, forcing Fed easing. So, money printer go burr soon? Question mark? Or more pain and then money printer after we're all broken homeless? Guys, we've got 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Mr. Jinx is still in the lead. The question is he still on the stream? Bitcoin 94,246 and 75 cents. We did get a pretty dumpy candle for the 1 minute time frame. Quite interesting. Jim said, pain before the gain, yes. Like, how much pain? Timeline wise, am I looking at 2026 or 2030 before I can make some of my money back and hopefully buy a house without having to get a 50-year mortgage? Ladies and gentlemen, 60 seconds remaining on the clock for the daily close contest. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Currently, Mr. Jinx is holding first place as it stands pretty consistently. Very strong stance with his enormous cavernous gap. Dream Tank says more fear incoming. Is it incoming into Mr. Jinx's enormous gap? Only time will tell. Perhaps JShear 2.0's gap can be filled by Bitcoin. Currently trading at 94,261 and 44 cents. It is very close to JShear 2.0, but it would have to get a monumental pump on the 1 minute time frame. As of right now, like I said, Mr. Jinx currently holding a lead, 25 seconds remaining on the clock. 94,261, 44. Bitcoin is failing. It is about to close for the first time since last bull market transitioning into the bear market under the 50-week moving average, which is crazy. 8 seconds remaining. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Bitcoin daily close price for today and the weekly close. 94,261.44, 94,261.44, 94,261.44. Congratulations, Mr. Jinx, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. First time winner, very cool. Congratulations, Mr. Jinx. I think it's your first time. Mr. Jinx's guess 69K. Congratulations, my friend. Alright, let's clear the board. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas. The banana spam is required in the chat. Switch to the 4-hour time frame. Zoom out. I think we get a bounce before more pain, and then we get the more pain, and then eventually experience like proper market and not this bullshit garbage. Congratulations, Mr. Jinx, on your victory. Let me go spam some bananas in the chat for you, my friend. I'm assuming you left already. Nevertheless, how many freaking bananas do I have? Oh my gosh. I've broken the bananas. 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Banana spam achieved. That was very complicated. Mr. Jinx, yay! Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to spam the bananas in chat. Let me add Mr. Jinx to the winner's Google Doc. Mr. Jinx is not Canadian. I do, however, believe that this is his first time. Very cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum? I feel like I've said ladies and gentlemen 1,000 times tonight, so I apologize for that. But can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 69,000, nice, and an actual Bitcoin daily close of $94,261.44 on November 16th, 2025. Mr. Jinx's prize is a mozzarella stick that was photographed in poor lighting. Congratulations, Mr. Jinx, on your victory. Let me make this a little like accurate size. Hold on. Bam. This is a actual mozzarella stick that I consumed not 2 days ago. Congratulations, my friend, on your victory. Feel free to split this bad boy up with your friends, family, your fellow competitors. You can dip it in some ranch or marinara. Personally, I thoroughly enjoy ranch. We do not provide condiments, however. You are obligated to provide condiments for yourself, and you are also legally obligated to remove this from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to remove that from my vocabulary. It's getting annoying. I'm starting to annoy myself. Let's go through some news articles, guys. Bitcoin, once again, closed below the 50-week moving average. It's a big deal for me. Big no-no. Big doo-doo. Big stain. Big stain on the trousers of the cryptocurrency market, so let's see if we dump or pump out of this. Only time will tell. News. We got a lot of news to cover today. A lot of news, a lot of junk, a lot of hopium, a lot of copium, a lot of doomium. A good, healthy cocktail, if you will. Stock Money Lizard just posted, people are so smug about their Bitcoin bear posts. I was right. 2021 fractals, cycle length, minus 77%. Okay, why don't you just relax and show some humility? Fear and greed is at max fear. November close isn't done yet. Bitcoin is sitting at 25% below all-time high. How about you just relax for now? Let's talk once it's over, or once it's really over. Then we've got this guy guessed the Bitcoin top before. Will he be right again? This individual posted on the 9th, November 9th. Top is not in. Most of you will laugh. I feel like we saw this before November 9th. Am I crazy? Most of you will laugh now, but write this down. 2026 is the year of the horse. The year Bitcoin runs wild. You thought 2025 was chaos. That was just the purge. The year of liquidations, tariffs, and fear. 2026 is a real bull. The one you'll tell stories about. Capital will flow out of gold, decades of stored value, and into Bitcoin. From there, it will cascade into Ethereum and into altcoins with real utility that will make Bitcoin look slow. Bitcoin dominance can fall as low as 30%. That's when you know the cycle has flipped. The signal for the beginning of it all, when governments start printing again and the moment quantitative easing returns. That's the green light. That's ignition. Mark this down. Bitcoin 1 million in 2026. Ethereum 100K in 2026. 100K ETH is crazy. With this little dump-a-rooney, I'm probably going to buy a whole ETH. Not right this second, but if we're going to be dumping a little bit more, I'm going to work on it. Jim Derringer said if Bitcoin ran to 1 million, the quality of living would be fourth world. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. A 10x on Bitcoin? I don't think that that's true. I disagree. And then we got this guy that so far has called the Pico top to the exact date. And this post is from 2023, which is insane. People want to believe otherwise, but the simulation will repeat itself. So if this is to be believed, we have 364 days from October 6th until the Pico bottom, which also is kind of not that bad, in my opinion. But we'll see. Tom Selkscoat said, just came by to say I'm not effing selling. I'm not effing selling. Appreciate you, Tom Selkscoat. We've got Bitcoin holder, altcoin holders. That's pretty accurate. Elon Musk saying the most batshit things on the internet. Who's surprised? He said his Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus will eliminate poverty and provide universal high income for all. I'm not sure how it's going to do that. Imagine Optimus like robbing the bank for you and wearing like a Faraday cage so that they can't identify which one it is. And then it like runs down the street like iRobot with the bags of money and disappears, then eventually shows up at home under, like through the tunnel that you dug in the basement, or that he dug in the basement, and hands you the money. It's like, here's the money from the bank, master. And you're like, did you get a receipt? A withdrawal receipt? Optimus is like, I forgot the withdrawal receipt. Watcher Guru also posted, Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Big week. Thank you, Michael Saylor, for top blasting Bitcoin with us. U.S. plans to finalize trade deal with China before Thanksgiving. Nobody actually gives a crap. Tom Selkscoat said, do we even know if that's a real post? We don't, actually. We don't. But we did watch the post. We saw the post before the Bitcoin top. I remember that. So, yeah, do with that what you will. US, yep, I read that. $100 million worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 60 minutes. That was approximately 7 hours ago. Tom Selkscoat said, well, we closed below and we aren't insta-dumping, so that's something. Yeah, I think people just gave up at this point. What's the point? What's the point of insta-dumping something that's worthless? You get nothing in return, so it's just kind of a waste of time and effort. Bitcoin fell under 94K 6 hours ago. It is currently $94,400.71. Marty Party posted, Bessent said the Trump administration intends to finalize a trade agreement with China by Thanksgiving, November 27th, which is in approximately 11 days. Also, nobody cares. Again, nobody cares. Credible Crypto posted, this is a long one. Let me take a sip of my chai latte before I get into this one. Cheers, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Okay. me. Okay. This perfectly demonstrates why I pay little attention to moving average, MACD, or other lagging indicator crosses, closes, etc. The death cross gets its name because it's supposed to be a bearish trigger. It occurs when the 50 daily moving average crosses below the 200 daily moving average, and it is supposed to signal the start of a bear market / downtrend, hence the name death cross. Despite this, the last 3 death crosses on Bitcoin actually marked our local bottoms, with all within 10 days or less of the cross and within 10% or less of our bottom. In every actual bear market, we eventually at some point get a bearish cross of the 50 and 200 daily moving averages as prices trend down. This is natural / to be expected when price is bleeding for a long enough period of time. But these crosses only take time into consideration. They do not account for price and market structure, and so a bearish moving average cross with no bearish shift in market structure is essentially just a false signal. The reality is that just because every bear market experiences a death cross doesn't mean that every death cross signals an impending bear market. Unfortunately, this false equivalency is often perpetuated by analysts who point to bullish or bearish crosses of lagging time-based indicators as arguments for bullish or bearish price action in the future. It just doesn't work that way. The same can be said for bullish or bearish closes above / below certain time-based moving averages. Without taking key price levels in market structure shifts into consideration, it's all just unnecessary and often misleading noise. A lot of word salad, but I appreciate the take nonetheless. Next, we've got Marty Party posting whale clips, billions moving between HTX, Tether, and Aave. Also, nobody really cares. Raoul Paul. We got another word salad from Raoul Paul. I think this week the Fed's hand will be forced to tweak the plumbing to avoid a month-end and year-end funding crisis. Crypto is currently trading like a stressed funding vehicle reflecting the broken plumbing, while stocks are cushioned by buybacks and performance chasing for now. But risk repeat of 2018-2019 if not solved immediately. It's clear the Fed are concerned, hence the meeting with the banks and New York Fed to understand why the SRF isn't being tapped enough to resolve this. The fear from markets and the Fed is rising. The bigger battle is that the Treasury now wants to control. Let me start over. The bigger battle is that the Treasury now wants control over liquidity via the banks. Increased lending helps Main Street versus the Fed quantitative easing. This allows fiscal and monetary policy to align under the key goal of targeting stimulus to Main Street, while still allowing for Wall Street to benefit from debasement, which increases collateral values. Quantitative easing doesn't leak into Main Street. Liquidity management is now a political game, not a monetary policy game. In the end, it's all down to the everything code and the economic gravity of financing the debts, but politically in a way that doesn't hurt Main Street as much. Trump needs to win in the midterms. I told you guys midterms are going to be a big factor. That was in my bullish case for crypto. Midterms are fastly approaching. They want everyone to love them. And the quickest way to a person's heart as a politician is by giving them money. And that comes from personal experience. I could not give a crap less about any of the presidents. Trump gave me stimulus. I loved Trump for giving me stimulus. Biden gave me stimulus. I love Biden for giving me stimulus. Biden forgave my student loans. I love Biden for forgiving my student loans. Trump pumped my bags. I loved Trump for pumping my bags. Outside of those experiences, you may consider that incredibly shallow of me, but what the hell else is the president ever going to do that's going to alter my life in any way, shape, or form? Literally nothing. The closest I've received to benefits from anything any president has ever done is insurance for like a 1 year window via Obamacare, and I don't even qualify for that anymore. So, as far as I'm concerned, unless they're giving me money, they're a completely useless waste of breath, in my opinion. And I can't be bothered to waste time thinking about them. So, please pump my bags and send me a stimulus check, Donald Trump. I love you. In the end, it's all, yep, I reread that. That's the optics, but the reality is it's still debasement, smoke and mirrors. I'll write this all up in detail in RV Pro Macro this week. This week will be volatile until this is solved. The big fix is the ESLR changes, which are now becoming more urgent as the key source of financing the deficits and driving liquidity in the future. Not sure when they ramp up communications on that, but an interim fix via repo SRF is very close to being unleashed. You can hear the cowbell in the distance getting rapidly louder and closer. That will usher in the 2026 cycle extension as $7 trillion of interest payments needs to get serviced. Interesting. Philly said I'm here. What's going on, Philly? Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. Continuing our news segment, Hunter Horsley posted, here's what I see happening on 4-year cycles. Common view, people believe in 4-year cycles, and that 2026 will thus be a down year for Bitcoin. First order effect, people thus sell in 2025 to avoid the down market year. Second order effect, the 2025 sellers cause 2025 to be a down year, thus breaking the 4-year cycles. Third order effect, 2026 is open season, 4-year cycles broken, Bitcoin is current at plus 2.5 year to date 2025. It kind of seems like a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. Tom Selleck said, you can blow whomever you want if I get a stimmy. Exactly. Hey, man, first gay president or second gay president, you know, depending on how you look at it, it's all progressive. So, they both dress very nicely. Marty Party posted, JP Morgan predicts 94K to 170K on November 13th, 2025. Research note from analyst-led Nicholas, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. The bank estimated Bitcoin's all-in production cost based on rising network difficulty at around 94K. Viewing this as a key support level or price floor that limits downside risk from current levels, Bitcoin was trading near 97.5, 102.3 at the time. This is an analytical projection on market dynamics and mining economics, not a statement of intent to purchase Bitcoin themselves at that price. JP Morgan reiterated a medium-term upside target of $170,000 based on volatility, adjusted comparisons to gold, but emphasized that recent liquidations and negative sentiment could delay it. The bank has allowed clients to buy Bitcoin since May 2025 via ETFs and other products, but CEO Jamie Dimon remains personally skeptical of cryptocurrency because he's a dumb, fugly little bitch. That part, Marty Party didn't write that. That's a JJ twist. I do want to go back and point out just again, just for the sake of, continuity, for the sake of reminding everyone, we basically lost all volume when we were liberated via tariffs. So keep that in mind when you go to vote for midterms. Until the volume returns, like Bitcoin did great for like 5 minutes, and it's now taking a piss again. So until volume returns, I think tariffs are kind of bad for Bitcoin, it seems, and the broader cryptocurrency market. Kobe SC Letter posted, global ETF launches are exploding. The number of global ETF launches jumped plus 19% year over year in October to a record 137. This brings the year-to-date total to 918, already plus 25% above the full year 2024 record of 736. Equity ETFs saw 95 new listings, or 69% of the total, while cryptocurrency ETFs recorded 15 launches, more than double September's figure. Leverage equity and structured product ETFs reflected nearly half of all new funds at 67. At the current pace, the ETF industry is set to exceed 1,100 launches in 2025. The ETF boom is historic. Why, please explain to me, are we not tokenizing things? Instead, we are ETFing things. Is this not literally just replacing what everyone insisted tokenization was going to be? Why would they build all of this and then migrate it to tokenized anything? Why would they care? You know what I mean? You don't have to tokenize something in order for it to be 24 hours. Wall Street just needs to change their operating hours. I'm just saying. Web3, kind of not necessary for this stuff. But it's fun to speculate. This is another example of owning commodities, properties, anything of value, any asset of value other than fiat. People want to own anything other than cash because cash decreases in value, which pushes up the value of the things that you purchase with the cash. So ETFs, I think, are going to continue to increase along with stablecoins. China's housing crash is accelerating. New home prices in China's 70 major cities fell 0.45% month over month in October, the steepest drop in a year. At the same time, resale home prices fell 0.66% month over month, the largest decline in 13 months. All 70 cities surveyed recorded declines in both new and resale home prices, confirming broad-based weakness across the entire market. China's property downturn has now lasted for over 4 years. Meanwhile, a survey conducted by the China Index Academy across over 260 cities showed home purchasing confidence in smaller cities dropped 2.9% points month over month. China's real estate crisis shows no signs of recovery. Interesting. Pickerick9 said, what up? What's going on, Pickerick9? Key events this week. This is very important. We're going to continue to track this throughout the entire week. Number 1, New York Fed manufacturing data comes out on Monday. Fed meeting minutes comes out on Wednesday. NVIDIA reports earnings on Wednesday. Keep in mind, NVIDIA is basically propping up the entirety of the stock market, therefore the economy, essentially. So Wednesday is going to be probably the most important day that we look at this entire week. September jobs report Thursday. Philly Fed manufacturing data Thursday. October existing home sales data Thursday. November service PMI data Friday. November manufacturing PMI data Friday. MI consumer sentiment data on Friday. MI inflation expectations data on Friday. Total of 14 Fed speaker events this week. Buckle up, folks. Economic data is back. Yay. Yay, government ending government shutdown. Philly said Venmo? Philly. I appreciate you, Philly. I'm going to show it. Philly sent me this. It just says... Okay, I'm not going to show the whole thing. I'll screenshot it just so people don't see your name. Hang on. Hang on, guys. This is funny as hell. Right here, this is what I see. Oh, dang it. Hold on. I gotta... I'm gonna have to flip my camera too. It's worth it though, I promise. Let's go to big webcam. And I'm going to go to webcam, properties. Nope. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to... What do I go to? Transform? Yeah. Flip horizontal. Okay. So now that you guys can actually see me and I'm big, this is what Philly sent me via Venmo. This is the Venmo alert that I just got. Oh man, my phone is so disgusting. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's still not better. It just says, paid you $10, dick. That's funny. I can't believe how gross my phone is. Jesus. Okay. Let's get back to business. What have I done here? Okay. I'm sorry. I had to show that. That was funny. Okay. Japan is considering spending 110 billion on a new stimulus package as the Japanese yen falls to a near 35-year low. Own assets or be left behind. Interesting. It's getting spicy out there, guys. It is getting spicy. U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent says the Trump administration is targeting a trade deal with China by Thanksgiving. Bessent says he is confident that China will honor the deal. Thanks again, Philly, by the way. Absolute legend. Appreciate you. We've got this week, It's the week we've all been waiting for. On Wednesday, Nvidia will report earnings with an implied move of plus or minus 7.5% in the stock. With a $4.6 trillion market cap, this implies a $345 billion swing in market cap. That's more than the entire market cap of all but 33 public companies in the world. We have a big week ahead. That's crazy. That's a lot of money, man. That is a lot of money. Bitcoin falls below 94K for the first time since May 5th. It's all about leverage. Make sure you guys are, if you are leverage trading, be careful. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should or shouldn't do something. Just be careful. Since the daily close has occurred, let's go update our crypto fear and greed index. Apparently, we've gone up somehow. We were at 14. I don't know how the hell we went from 10 2 days in a row to 14 today. Sentiment definitely has not increased, though. They are actually insane for that. I think they're full of shit. CoinMarketCap's, I don't think is accurate either. What was it yesterday? Yesterday was also 18. Yeah, this thing doesn't change. I don't know. I think it's goofy. It's all kind of goofy. All right. Crypto Fear and Greed Index falls to 10. Extreme Fear now ties the bottom seen in February 2025. Kobe SE letter. America's reality. Asset owners are living in the best economy of their lives. Everyone else feels like we are in a recession. There are two economies in the U.S., asset owners versus everyone else. And then we've got a map, recession, high risk, treading water, and growing. A lot of growing. Of course, where I live is in a high-risk recession up in Michigan. It looks like all the rural areas are high risk of a recession, except for like Indiana and Kentucky. Georgia. Yeah. Interesting map. If you're interested in going to check it out, go Kobe SE letter on X specifically. Great for some insights on the markets as a whole. Cointelegraph posted, Bitwise CEO says we're about to exit a bear market. I love it. I love the enthusiasm. This is Hunter Horsley. We read this earlier, I believe. Did we? Hang on. No, we did not, actually. We talk about 4-year cycles, but the reality is that model is based on a bygone era of crypto. Since the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs and new administration, we've entered a new market structure, new players, new dynamics, new reason people buy and sell. I think there's a pretty good chance that we've been in a bear market for almost 6 months now, and we are almost through it. The setup for crypto right now has never been stronger. I hope Mr. Hunter Horsley knows what he's talking about. It's weird that his name is Hunter Horsley and 2026 is the year of the horse. That is quite a coincidence. Obviously, only time will tell if that is a bullish or bearish horse, if you will. Regardless, again, though, I will continue to top blast and hold my bags. Cointelegraph posted, whales are selling, but it's not what you think. Bitcoin whales sell, but panic isn't needed. I don't know what they're talking about. Pro Bitcoin Steak and Shake is expanding into El Salvador. Probably should have expected this. Pretty sick, actually. Wisdom Tree, I don't know who they are, says crypto index ETFs will be the next adoption wave. I don't know. I feel like so far it's been quite bearish, actually. Adoption, Bitcoin treasuries added over 500 million worth of Bitcoin in the past 30 days per Bitcoin treasuries. Very cool. BitcoinTreasuries.net is the source. Bitcoin is 24% away from its all-time high. I think it's more now. Yeah, 95, so we're probably 26 or so. Pickwick9 said, that does sound right, though. Everything crypto except Bitcoin has been bear market. You are correct. Bitcoin has been increasing in price, but that goes back to my concept of Bitcoin just reaching fair valuation. All Bitcoin did, it didn't like pump in some crazy bull market. It just reached what it was actually worth based on what people were willing to pay for it. The bull market is when euphoria strikes and the price goes way higher than it should be. That is when you crash and enter a bear market because it's way overvalued, a bubble pops, and you go down for a year to cool off. Wrecked 2.3 billion in longs were liquidated in the past 7 days, nothing compared to October 10th. Literally 7 days. So you would have to go through 70 days, or let's call it like 65 because it was just under 20 billion. 65 days of this nonsense that we've experienced so far in order to wreck the quantity of dollar value that got wrecked on October 10th. How crazy is that? That's a crazy metric. Scaramucci's family put over $100 million into Trump's Bitcoin mining firm. That's actually crazy. I just decided to start a Bitcoin mining firm called JJ's Crypto Mining. Feel free to send me 100 million. Huge. Japan is considering a 17 trillion yen stimulus. I think that's yen. Over $110 billion in liquidity is about to flow in. Very cool. It's probably not going into crypto. Adoption. 4 more entities took the orange pill the past month. That's 355 total entities holding Bitcoin. Very cool. Besant says a U.S.-China rare earth deal may land by Thanksgiving. Thank you, Mr. Besant. Update. There's only a 44.4% chance of a December rate cut per CME group. Remember when rate cuts didn't matter? I think they're going to have to cut. I do. I think we're kind of on a doom spiral right now, and nobody's talking about it. $200 million in longs were taken out in only 4 hours today. That was 5 hours ago. Pretty crazy. Japan's FSA moves to classify crypto as financial products and slash taxes to 20%. Thank you, Japan's FSA. Tom Lee says ETH may now be entering its own supercycle. Thank you, Tom Lee. Harvard quietly quadrupled its Ourbit holdings over the past 3 months. Very cool. Stockminer Lizards posted Bitcoin's second death cross this year. The first one was March, April, May, and that marked a bottom back then as well. Very cool. Exciting stuff. Trending Bitcoin posted, "Ignore the bears." That's a quote from Michael Saylor, and he's pointing out that we may be in this bear trap from this very famous chart. That'd be pretty crazy. Imagine how long the bull market will be if this is a bear trap. That's pretty sick. UTXO Times posted, "Bitcoin is going to 1 million, whether you like it or not." And then this crazy parabola S-curve situation is pretty cool. I like it because it shows number go up and it shows number go up quite a bit. And I like when number go up quite a bit because that means JJ make quite a bit of money. AO posted Bitcoin comparison with a 2022 reversal. Very, very similar, very interesting. I like this. I like this a lot. Well, obviously I have to wait and see. But for now, it looks pretty damn good. Looks pretty damn good. People are talking about a CME gap that magically appeared at like 91 to 92K overnight. I don't know what the hell that's about. I think CME gaps are kind of a meme. Altcoins, Bitcoin dominance is breaking down on the weekly chart. Bullish for alts. This is from Mickey Bull Crypto. Unfortunately, when dominance breaks down while the price is taking a poop, that just means that alts are holding up better than Bitcoin, which means they're dumping slightly less. Viking XBT posted, "Took a few days off where I did absolutely minimal amount of crypto." Guys, sometimes this is important. You don't have to give up and dump your bags. If you want to, you can. But if you need a break, take a break. A break can be very beneficial for several different reasons. Cheers. Happy Sunday, guys. Every single time I've taken a break from charts or trading or just like overly excessive crypto stuff, I've come back and I've just became like a god at trading overnight. It blows my mind. I haven't felt the need to do it in a long time because I haven't been so dialed into trading. I've been kind of I have my breaks like sprinkled throughout every single day now. So I don't know, I feel less inclined to, but it does help. I've had it help 1,000 times. This guy says, "Price action is cancerous. Altcoins, except small niches that pump for a few weeks to a month, have been in a bear market for a long time. Bitcoin is losing weekly and daily support. In fact, it already retested and rejected it, which is very bearish. Doing less is good right now. 90K should come next week, in my opinion. Pray it holds if you want more bull market." Very cool. Appreciate the input. Chart Nerd, again, this is the same thing that I posted or that we shared yesterday. Periods when to make money. This thing from 1875, this card, which has been accurate literally up until today, is looking at 2026 for years of good times, high prices, and the time to sell stocks and values of all kinds. So I'm excited for that. Obviously, just to see if this is true is exciting to me. But if that is true, then we'll make a crap ton of money. And then last but not least, we've got November 11th post from Stockminer Lizards. Altcoins bubbles work in 2 directions. We've got mass liquidations and then alt season 2016, mass liquidations alt season 2020, mass liquidations. We're looking for alt season 2025, if you will. Notice here there's a 4-year gap, and here there's a 5-year gap. If this is 2016, I would actually make the argument that this should be 2021, because alts topped in 2021 along with Bitcoin, but it was at the end of 2021. So that would give you 5 years, and then that would give you another 5 years leading into 2026, which is what we're potentially looking at right here. Not financial advice, of course. But that's it from Stock Money Lizards. Bitcoin, 94,629. We are up 0.4% on the day. Are we going to recover or continue the death spiral, doom spiral into absolute nothingness forever and ever? Only time will tell. I think it'd be funny if we got very, very pumpy this week and perfectly 1000% just fulfilled the exact same price action from the fractal that I copied. I think that would be freaking hilarious. And then the top for this next one will be 133,946. I'm going to put that on here, actually. And I'm going to put JJ's next upside target. Let's hit that bad boy. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Time to get green. Eat some pizza and go surf around the sewers on our skateboards and stuff. If you guys haven't yet, go check out my bullish case for crypto video that I just posted. We did the bullish case for crypto 3 weeks ago. Today I posted the bearish case for crypto. So go check that out. Like I said, I do have a bullish bias, so it was kind of hard for me to come up with the same amount of things. And if you want my broader perspective, the things in the bearish case for crypto do seem like decent bearish cases, but they are way more speculative than, in my opinion, the data presented in the bullish case. So, but we are bearish right now, so it's getting some decent views. So go check it out. I also posted a short from it, which has 27 views. Wow. Very cool. Smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. Let's do a portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio, seemingly, actually, this is a triangular consolidation. Lower highs and higher lows, which is kind of pinching, coming to a breaking point at the tip of the triangle. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio currently down $407, which is 40.7%. None of the assets are in the green. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 64. Aptos is down 53. Proppy's down 48. Render's down 45. Otto's down 44. Shib is down 43. ADA is down 37. Doge is down 35. Near is down 24. And Sol is down 18. And those are percentage or dollars if you want to consider one or the other. The meme coin portfolio had this triangular consolidation, broke bearish, and then blasted up out of that, which is interesting. I wish I could look at this in candle form. That would be much more satisfying. Imagine if we could draw on these charts, how sick that would be. I might actually use this to track my own portfolio if that was the case. Starting from the bottom, we still here. Meme coin portfolio, another $1,000 portfolio starting. We are currently sitting down $531, which is 53.1%, sitting at $469, nice, and 78 cents. None of these assets are green. Starting from the bottom, GigaChad is down $170. Snack is down $126. Pepe is down $97. Whiff is down $75, and Doge is down $64. Interesting. Then we've got our narrative portfolio, my favorite, and I believe the most stable portfolio of them all. This was a $500 investment, currently down $142, which is, I think, 28%. We do have one asset in the green here. The rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 53. VeChain is down 45. Pepe is down 30. Mana is down 28. And Tau is up 12. This portfolio, in case you guys are interested, is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And in my opinion, is absolutely killing it. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio, which is suffering a little bit. We got that triangular consolidation, the break bearish, and then the blast bullish, which hopefully continues to the upside. That'd be pretty sick. Currently down $347, which is 34.7%, which I think is the second best one right now, besides the narrative portfolio. None of these assets are green. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down 56, Render's down 50, Swee's down 46, Pith is down 42, Graph is down 38, Ondo is down 37, Crow is down 29, Sol is down 24, ETH is down 20, and Link is down 8. And again, those are percentage or dollar amount, whichever one you want to take into consideration. Then back to the drawing board. Bitcoin chilling. Actually, not chilling. Bitcoin getting a little bit pumpy here on the 4-hour time frame. It's looking a little spicy. We are at 94,921. Oh, 94,882. 929. Very cool. Are we going to pump from here? Excuse me. Congratulations, Mr. Jinx, once again on your victory. Even though you left the stream, you still won. You won a beautiful, delicious, poorly lit cheese stick, mozzarella stick, if you will. Cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. Did you open a long at the Pico low or a short? That is the ultimate question. Did anyone DCA within the past 3 days? I'm gonna do a question. Have you DCA'd in the past 3 days? Yes or no? I gotta know. Please direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Have you dollar cost averaged in the last 3 days? Yes or no? And since that's running, I'm also gonna consult Grok. Okay. Do you think we may enter some hybrid extended crypto cycle with the 4-year cycle ending and Fed liquidity injection QE blasting Bitcoin and altcoins to new all-time highs in 2026? Mr. Jinx said, okay, I'm back. Has the market recovered yet? LOL, it has not. But while you were gone, you won. You won a delicious mozzarella cheese stick. So congratulations. Imagine if you would won the $300 prize and you weren't here, and I gave it to somebody else. Imagine that. Grok says, yes, I think a hybrid extended crypto cycle is not just plausible, but increasingly likely, where the traditional 4-year halving rhythm gets stretched and amplified by macroeconomic tailwinds like Fed liquidity injections. We're already seeing signs of this shift in real time. Bitcoin's post-2024 halving bull run hasn't followed the rigid peak in 18-month script of the past cycle, thanks to maturing institutional adoption, ETF inflows, and broader market that is less reliant on retail FOMO alone. Layer in the potential quantitative easing starting early 2026, and it could supercharge risk assets, pushing Bitcoin and alts to new all-time highs well into that year. Let me break down why this makes sense based on current trends. The 4-year cycle is evolving, not dying. Historically, Bitcoin cycles have been anchored to halvings, like the one in April 2024, with bull peaks around 12 to 18 months later. Think 2017's 20K top or 2021's 69K frenzy, but 2025 data shows cracks in that model. Institutional money via spot ETFs have dampened the halving supply shock purity, turning cycles into more of a global liquidity echo than an isolated event. Analysts like those at Forbes are outright calling the strict 4-year cycle dead by 2026, replaced by longer liquidity-driven waves. Price forecasts reflect this. Bitcoin could hit 100K to 150K by late 2025. I don't see that happening. But many models extend the upside into 2026 with targets of up to 155K or higher before any reset. On X, traders are buzzing about this extended cycle narrative with predictions of a bull top not until Q1 or even mid-2026. If we're in a hybrid phase, expect 2025's leg fueled by having momentum to bleed into 2026 without a sharp bear winter, more like a prolonged summer rally with drawdowns, but no full capitulation until liquidity dries up. Fed QE, the liquidity rocket fuel. The Fed's pivot from quantitative tightening to potential easing is the wild card that could blast prices higher, as you put it. Here's the setup. Quantitative tightening is winding down now. Expect to fully end in H1, 2025, with the Fed already injecting $29 billion in liquidity last month to ease the short-term stresses. This leaves room for net treasury purchasers, quantitative easing light, as early as Q1 2026, especially if hiring softens further or inflation stays tame around 3%. Liquidity floods have a proven multiplier effect on crypto. Lower rates and balance sheet expansion drive capital into high beta assets like Bitcoin and alts, often with a 6 to 12 month lag for full impact. Studies show quantitative easing episodes correlate with Bitcoin prices, sometimes temporary but often sustained during risk-on environments. Recent X chatter echoes this. One trader forecasts a 2017 style pump spilling into Q1 2026. Bitcoin to 150 to 200K and ETH to 7 to 10K on quantitative easing timing. Another sees the biggest bull run in history lasting 9 to 12 months post QE, with alts 50 to 100x from here. In short, if quantitative easing ramps up, say 1.5 trillion, as some speculate, it tilts the macro toward hard assets like crypto, overriding any cycle fatigue. Risks and the altcoin angle, crash signals, rising repo spikes, or credit spreads could flag a 2026 downturn. Even amid liquidity, some models predict a post-peak drawdown lasting until late 2026 if history rhymes too closely. Alts lag, then explode. Bitcoin often leads, but alts could reset in 2026 as liquidity hits. With utility tokens, ETH-Link outperforming memes, expect 3 to 4x for top 100 alts if the cycle extends to February-May 2026. Interesting. Bottom line, position for the hybrid upside. Stack Bitcoin and ETH now. Rotate to alts on QE confirmation. This feels like 2020, 2021 on steroids, but with more guardrails. What's your take on the specific alts to watch? I want to ask, what do you think about volume almost entirely disappearing on Bitcoin and crypto in general since Liberation Day, the day Trump imposed tariffs on literally everything and everyone. LOL. Oh, I put every on. I hate typos in my stupid AI questions. Bitcoin 94, 648 and 87 cents. Mr. Jinx said, "Hell yeah, man. Is that an NFT? What's the value? Need food money, so want to sell it ASAP." I can send you the PNG actually. I'll do that right now. I'm gonna go in the Dong Discord and send it to you right away, my friend. Mr. Jinx, print this and hand it to your bank teller. Say, you know what to do. Make sure you cut it out, though. No white paper border. It looks like a gun. Is that a bad joke? That's so stupid. You should try it though. Make it a video, dude. That would go viral. Especially in today's crowd with like all this 6-7 junk. Amazing open to offers now. Alright. Bitcoin 94, 668 and 27 cents, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Yeah, the Liberation Day tariffs kicked off back on April 2nd when Trump slapped sweeping hikes, blah, 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 the volume vanishing act by the numbers. Pulling from recent on-chain and exchange data, Bitcoin spot plus futures volume peaked around 120 billion. Okay, here's my issue. Pre-tariff 110, escalation 102, peak daily example key driver. Yeah, this is my issue right here. This is all ETFs and junk like that. You can literally see on the, at least on the Coinbase chart, I'm sure it's present on the, let's do it on the Binance chart too, just to make sure. I'll go to the weekly. I'm going to zoom way the hell out. I bet you, look at that. Look at that. Oh, this one goes even worse. Whoa, this one's actually even worse. We haven't had liquidity, proper liquidity on Bitcoin since March of 2023. And on Binance. On Coinbase, Coinbase has been relatively decent until you look at Liberation Day. Liberation Day literally destroyed liquidity. So I'm looking at Coinbase's Bitcoin chart. Which shows volume literally flatlining post Liberation Day. On Binance, it actually goes back further. Early 2023, when volume disappeared. What needs to happen to bring that back? Cool. Let's see. You guys got any questions you want to run by Grok? Me and Philly were talking about how much we rely on Grok for stupid shit now. It's actually really funny. There's like so many memes about it, but it's true. Like whenever I have any questions, I always ask like both sides, like bullish and bearish side for certain positions, and you know, I run through scenarios. I don't tell Grok that I'm running through scenarios, but I just go like, I'm gonna do this. What's your advice? And then see what it says. It's very interesting. It's a nice outsider's perspective without having to actually consult with real people. Okay. Yeah, those Coinbase charts are a stark reminder. Daily Bitcoin volumes hovered around 10 to 15 billion since April's Liberation Day tariffs kicked a brutal 70% drop. 70% drop in volume. Key catalyst to reignite volume. Tariff de-escalation and policy clarity. Okay. Fed liquidity pivot and quantitative tightening plus rate cuts. Okay, that's coming up December 1st. Fiscal stimulus kick in, tariff dividends / checks. Trump's 1 to 2K rebates from tariff revenue could inject retail cash like 2020, 2021, but only if unsterilized, hitting banks amid easing for max transmission to spot buys. Okay. Retail revival, Coinbase volume, blah, blah, blah. Institutional and ETF inflows ramp, sentiment flip, and retail re-entry. Okay, see, retail re-entry, extreme fear, flushes weak hands, gold's 3 trillion peak often lags to Bitcoin rallies, plus social buzz from regulations and ETFs. I genuinely believe retail has been gone for a really, really long time. Everyone's, people are speculating that the market became oversaturated with meme coins, and that's where retail went. They lost all their money and they're never coming back. I don't think that that's the case. I think if that was the case, we would have seen it in Total 3, Total 2, and others' dominance. But we didn't. We didn't get anywhere near our all-time highs on those charts. Let me ask Grok. There was one last thing I was going to ask. Oh, the stimulus checks. Do you think Trump is going to send stimulus checks for tariff dividends, or is it going to be in the form of a tax rebate or whatever? Okay, because there's two sides right now. Benson is saying it's going to be a tax thing. Trump is saying it's going to be a check. I would prefer a check, and I would prefer they send it right now. Trump's been hyping this tariff dividend idea since early November 2025, framing it as a way to rebate Americans using the $195 billion in tariff revenue raked in during FY 2025. Basically, you paid higher prices on imports. Here's some cash back. He first floated $2K cash per person, excluding high earners, through threshold are fuzzy. Think phasing out above 75K. I think they said 100K. White House press secretary backed it up, calling Trump committed, but the IRS shut down any immediate hype. No payments scheduled for 2025, and scams are already circulating. Yeah, guys, be careful of these stupid scams. It's crazy. That said, I don't think we'll see direct stimulus pinging bank accounts en masse. Too many roadblocks for a quick win. The math's shaky. Tariff might cost consumers $1,700 plus per household annually via inflation, outpacing rebates, and revenue could fall short of $600 billion plus needed for broad distribution. Plus, it requires congressional buy-in, and with GOP control, they'd likely pivot to something less socialist, as critics on X are calling direct checks and more tax code friendly. Treasury Secretary Bessent flat out said on November 9th it'd need new legislation, and alternatives like tax cuts are already on the table. Betting markets peg the odds at just 7% for anything in 2025. Interesting. Yeah. Dream Tank said I prefer direct deposit in my bank account. Exactly. Yeah, just put the money in there. It's fine. Like, you don't need to ask me or don't send me anything on paper. Just put the money there. Never in my life would I ever look at my bank account and go, oh, there's money in here that I didn't ask for or I didn't know about. I would just spend it. That's what drives me crazy when the bank is like, oh, we accidentally gave you $1 million and you spent it. That's illegal. No. This is my money now. I have disappeared to a foreign country where you will never find me. Bye. Don't be stupid. Ridiculous. And then the poor people get in trouble. I would sue the shit out of you. Oh my God. I would be the biggest victim ever. And you would end up owing me more money than the money that I stole. You would have been better off just letting me keep the damn money, dumbass. Okay. Aspects, direct stimulus checks format, one-time 2K payments via IRS direct deposit paper checks. Embedded in 2026 tax returns as credits refunds. 1 to 2K per filer, phased by income or upfront via withholding tweaks, less splashy but recurring. Okay, I like that. Pros for Trump. Voter love via immediate gratification ties to winning on trade wars, but taxable as income, potentially bumping brackets or cutting eligibility for aid. Fits MAGA tax cut gospel, no tax on tips, Social Security overtime, easier to pass in budget reconciliation without Dem votes. Hurdles. Need full appropriation bills, fiscal hawks bulk at $600 billion plus, cost exceeding tariffs. Echoes unfulfilled Doge dividends. Ooh, I remembered the Doge thing. I forgot about that entirely. Simpler via tax code tweaks, but still needs Congress. Could dilute these 600 to 2.4K per family per Hawley's stalled bill. I don't know what that means. Timeline odds low for 2026 rollout. Post-shutdown budget fights more hype than delivery. Higher shot ties into mid-2026 tax season. Bessent floated it as the dividend flex. Economic hit, quick stimulus juice, but risks more inflation if tariffs bite harder. Slower burn, but offset tariff pain long term without deficit spikes. I just want the money. Just give me the money. I don't care if it's bad for, like, they're going to do something with the money anyways. I would rather it go into my pocket and then worry about inflation later than it go to whatever the hell else and me still have to deal with the inflation. Do you want to get paid and deal with inflation or not get paid and deal with inflation? Those are your choices. People are like, oh, it's still inflation. Who cares? Do you want money or no? Inflation's going to occur with or without you receiving money. I think receiving money is a more beneficial position to be in if inflation is occurring. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm getting punched in the face, I would rather get paid than just do it for free. One of them sucks. The other one sucks with money. Sucking with money is a much more preferred situation to be in, if you ask me. I'm just saying. Thank you, Gronk, for your wealth of knowledge. Bitcoin still chilling. Let's go down to the 4-hour again. Everyone craps on my 4-hour. I'm kind of butthurt that you guys don't like my 4-hour chart. I thought I was sophisticated. Look at this. Everything's already up more than 1%. Mr. Jinx won a delicious mozzarella stick with poor lighting. And what if... Oh, you know what? Actually, if this 3-day thing shifted... Hold on, Dream Tanks. A scandal just unfolded. If this 3-day has shifted, our November beginning right here, November Saturday, is only this price right here. What is the price for that November? 96,846.68. 96,846.68. 96,846.68. Oh. That, my friend, is your price. That includes your wick as well, so that's giving you the maximum chance. But it looks like that might turn green right now. I'm getting cocky. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, but this is number go up, which eventually might flip that bad boy into a green good boy. Mr. Jinx said, "Can I also get some stimmy checks?" I will, if they allow dependents, then I can claim you as a dependent. And yes, you would get a stimmy check from that, I think. I don't know. But you'd have to live here 6 months out of the year, so I think there's still time. Still time for us to forge some paperwork. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't cheat your taxes. It's stupid. It's not worth it. That's how they got Al Capone. Otherwise, he would have gotten away with everything if it wasn't for you dang kids and that stinking dog. Bitcoin 95, 244 and 46 cents. We're getting some green out of altcoins, which is incredibly exciting. Everybody likes green altcoins. Mr. Jinx said, "Nice. Thanks, Daddy JJ." You're welcome, Mr. Jinx. You don't have to call me Daddy, though. I do. I claim my fiance as a dependent as well, and she does not call me Daddy. Dream Tank said, "Bro, I just checked the weekly. It just printed red on Heikanashi. We going down for another week, bro. Just saying, get out of here." If this closes above that stupid purple line, you are so effed. I'm gonna talk so much shit. You're gonna hate me. You're gonna be like, "F you." You're gonna cry a little bit, and then you're gonna come back like a month later. You're gonna be like, "I'm so sorry, I overreacted." And then I'm gonna make another joke, and then I'm gonna apologize because I'm gonna realize how extra mean that is. Giovanni said, "Taxes. I just wash traded all my crypto." That's legit genius right now. I'm not gonna lie. Wash trading your crypto right now at the poopy lows, the poopo lows, whatever you want to call it, the pico poopos, is genius. That is how you tax. I received my estimated return for this year, and I am very excited. So, I almost choked. Excuse me. Dream Tank said, "We'll see, bro." The weekly says, "We going down, LOL." Dream Tanks, do you have a PC? Do you game? Do you PC game? Can we 1v1 in like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or something? I think that'd be so much fun. Like legit, imagine like competing narratives. Like one guy's bearish, one guy's bullish, and we're like, "F you, man. Let's settle this in this 15-year-old Call of Duty game." That would be so much fun. We should try to set something up. Join the Discord if you're not in there already. For real, I think that'd be fun. We got to get you on DayZ. We got to get a whole like DayZ posse. I think that would be freaking awesome. I'll send you guys my my PC parts picker list. You can build a sick gaming PC for like less than $400. Dude, Dream Takes, join the Discord. Let's play something. I just started playing SnowRunner. I'm so bad at that game. I've completed like 2 jobs. I don't know what vehicle I'm supposed to be taking for, like, I try to take a big rig because they need a lot of stuff, and I get stuck everywhere. I have trucks littered all over the map. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. My fiance comes in, I'm like, "I need help." My truck is stuck. I'm literally like winching from tree to tree, and it's taking me like 3 hours to get like 20 feet. I'm freaking cracking out. All right, I'm going to end the poll. We've got 60% of you guys said no. I asked, have you DCA'd in the past 3 days? Out of 10 people, 6 of you said no. 4 of you said yes. I'm going to be the 5th person making it 50-50. I just dollar cost averaged. Again, I dollar cost averaged on Friday, and I'm dollar cost averaging today. And when I say that, I mean I already did for today. But I might do it again. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Jinx said AMD Ryzen 9 9955 HX 16 core processor, 2.5 gigahertz. Mr. Jinx, that sounds like you're compensating for something. I have a... What do I have? Hold on. I'm very impressed with how poor my computer specs are. Let's go through this right now. I think you guys were on stream. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, "What's that Mr. Jinx price you wrote? 69K?" Yes, sir. Closest without going over. All right, PC parts picker. Let me get logged in here. Ba-bam. Mr. Jinx said that's why I'm poor. Actual build upgraded. I have. Are you ready? I don't know how. I'm embarrassed. The only thing I'm embarrassed about is my motherboard. My motherboard is ancient. It is a ASRock B550 Phantom Gaming 4. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said what he wrote on the screen. What do you mean? The price that he wrote was 69K. JJ's computer's hot garbage from Temu rugs the stream all the time. That's not my computer's fault. That's my internet's fault, I swear. It is not my computer. It's my internet service provider. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, a ton of hard drive space. I'm sorry, I had to specify I have 32 gigabytes of dedicated RAM, and a MSI Ventus 3060 Ti 8 gigabyte video card that I got on eBay. That's the only used part, and I think the stream helped me pick that. I'm very excited. Mr. Jinx said I am on a ROG Strix 18-inch laptop. My laptop is a 2017, which I thought it was a 2019. I think I got ripped off. 2017 MacBook Pro that I paid $300 for on eBay. Very cool. Does the job, though. Does the job. I'm very satisfied with my cheap-ass hot garbage, if you will. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Fartco's up 1.14%. We should start a penny stock called Fartco. I think how hard is it to like do your own stock? Obviously, you have to have a company. But how hard is it? How hard is it for me to IPO my new company, Fartco? Let's see what Croc says. Edwin Espinoza, sick name, said, "Sell before you hold bags for another 4 years." It wouldn't be 4 years. The bear market's only 1 year, and then the 3 years afterwards is bull market-ish, technically, or leads up to the bull market, like blow off top scenario, if you're going on the 4-year cycle. Haha, Fartco, bold name. Don't laugh. That's so rude. What if that's a legitimate? What if it like helps people with gas? They have like really bad gas. Okay, prep and readiness. Assemble team. File. Okay, so all you have to do is file an S1. Are you kidding me? That sounds so easy. Edwin Espinoza said, "Take profits." That's what I meant. Yeah, it is what it is. Some people do, some people don't. Some people are waiting. Bitcoin currently trading at $95,082 even. Looking good. 95,108. It went up. Oh my gosh. I'm still, again, I've said this 1,000 times. I'm holding out hope. Upside risk is infinite. Downside risk stops at 0. That's my opinion. Everyone's got their own risk tolerance. I might end up being the idiot that bag held. If I am, I'm, more than willing to accept that. My brain, if I sold right now and it went up versus if I hold right now and it goes to straight up 0, I would be unable to mentally handle missing the upside. Then, it would suck, but I'm perfectly capable of living with myself if I just bag hold to zero. If I bag hold to zero, I don't really give a crap. I'll build another bag at that point. It doesn't take that long. It's not that hard. But again, if I missed the opportunity, if I had a bag and I could have made life-changing money and I missed it because I sold, that is a lot harder for me personally to mentally deal with. So that is probably the main reason why I'm just going to hold. I'm going to shut up and hold and wait. Now, I don't suggest everybody do that. Everyone's different. If you guys got to sell, you got to sell. Just do what you got to do. Make sure that you're taking care of number one. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, wow, I didn't know he had such a low price. Yeah, he had the biggest gap. The biggest gap. The next one, I don't remember who the next one was. But it was close. It was very close. You could literally guess like $1 and you would win quite a few times. If everyone's too bullish, the $1 guess will win because of the price will spike below everyone's guess. They're a little bearish alpha for the daily close contest for you guys. Although Mr. Tyler, who still holds the throne for most wins, currently, I don't think he's ever gotten strategic with his guesses like that. He does try to change it sometimes, though, based on the price. So he does like pay attention. So he's quite strategic with it. There's a reason why he's number one. Fahid, on the other hand, Fahid's is a little more supernatural, a little more frightening. Fahid just guesses once right out the gate, and he nails it like 9 times out of 10. Out of every 10 times Fahid has participated in the daily close contest, 9 times he has won. Tom Selleck's Goat says, at this point, I feel like Max Payne is we rock it up after everyone has sold. Giovanni said, me too. Smiley crying face. I'm not sure what you're me tooing. All right. Let's see. Is anything spicy? Pinlink's up 2%. Although I think when this thing moves, it does move quite a bit. Kind of like Fartcoin scenario. Because, I don't know. The moves are just huge. Even though the candles look small. This dump right here is 10%. This green candle is 7%. This one is 4.3%. This one's 8.65. So if you want to trade individual candles and you have balls of steel, Fartcoin might be the way to go. Giovanni said, man, I wanted 100K so bad by December next year. What do you mean? By December next year? That's a whole year from now. You're talking like December next year, 100K bear market? Oh, you want, $100,000 yourself. I understand. I think I understand. I mean, there's no reason why we can't build towards that. Here's the scenario. Let's say we are entering a bear market. Bitcoin's entering a bear market. What do you do now to make money? You can either DCA down, lower your average, and wait for next bull. You can short, make money on the way down, and you can use that money to prep for next bull. You can use that money to do whatever you want to do. Or you can exit, wait for a timing the bottom scenario. What else can you do? Pivot, buy stocks, gold, property, etc. You should be diversified into these already. What else can you do? You can just peace out. Never invest again. And grind 9 to 5 until you retire and eventually get put into an old folks home by your kids because you suck and they don't want to take care of your paper-handed bitch ass anymore. It's annoying. These are your options right now, in my opinion. You can dollar cost average down, lower your average, wait for the next, and this is if we are entering a bear market. If we are entering a bear, these are your options. You can DCA down, lower your average, and wait for the next bull market. Short, make money on the way down. Exit, wait for a timing the bottom scenario. Pivot, buy stocks, gold, property, etc. Even though you should be diversified into these things already. If you're not, that's fine. This is where we come up with a game plan now. We are at a point now, we might rebound, we might continue up, who knows? This might be the bear trap, we might not. We might be entering a bear market. You have to try and figure out what you got to do for both scenarios. Plan accordingly. You can do a mix of these things as well. You can exit, let's say, 50% of your position. Let's say you're not comfortable. You're like, I think we're entering into a bear market. I don't want to lose all of my portfolio. I think that sucks. I'm not doing it. But I also don't want to miss out. Your 50-50 split, take half out. And then with that half, if you do start to go down and you're like, oh shoot, this smells like opportunity, you can change your mind later as well. Let's say you start dollar cost averaging back into, you have 50% of your bags like bleeding, and then you start dollar cost averaging into that with the 50% of dry powder that you just pulled out. Or you can take that 50%, open up a short, hedge against your bleeding spot bags. Or you can just take that 50% and screw off for the next 360 days. Go do what you got to do. Let's say you take that 50% out. You got your 50% money bags. And you take your family out on vacation. You buy a bunch of furniture. You get a new big screen TV. You build yourself a nice PC. You fix up your car. Whatever you got to do. You can take your income that you normally dollar cost average into every single week, and you can continue to dollar cost average. You got this lump sum that you're playing with, and then your small like income, which is just a couple bucks, let's say $100 a week, $1,000 a month, whatever you want to call it, and you can add it into your current bags, while this is completely disconnected from your bags. You have this in your bank account, you're spending it on vacations, you're spending it on whatever the hell you want. Come up with a plan that makes you feel good, makes you feel better. I actually don't mind this one, where you remove 50% from the equation and you continue to dollar cost average, because then you're not missing out. You've de-risked a good chunk. You have money on the sidelines to ape back in if you need to, or if you don't want to, you can just spend that money. And like I said, you're dollar cost averaging with your income as you have been this entire time. There's plans. You can come up with plans. You don't have to do, it's not as black and white as, oh, I should sell and disappear, or I need to hold my bags to zero. It's never that black and white. Don't ever let anybody convince you that it is. You can come up with different plans, and you can just do things. That's literally the meme. You can just do things. That is true. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can also just pretend crypto doesn't exist and disappear for a little bit. Come back in 5 years and see if you're a millionaire. A lot of people did that with Bitcoin. Look at all the ancient whale wallets waking up. It's pretty sick, actually. Let's see. Giovanni said, man, yep, I read that. My portfolio, sorry. Billy said, you short the shit out of alts. Exactly. That's a plan right there. Giovanni said, yeah, DCA, to be honest. I won't leverage trade again after what happened with that last event. Tom Selleck said, everyone knows about the 4-year cycle and the 50 moving average. I feel like it's too obvious, and the market makers push us below when everyone thinks something the opposite often happens. That's my thought. Everyone thinks we've topped. Go after this stream, guys. Go watch. If you want to be bullish, watch the bearish case for crypto and then the bullish case for crypto. If you want to be bearish, watch the bullish case for crypto and then the bearish case for crypto. They're both excellent videos. I'm proud of them. I think you guys might enjoy them. Find them a good insight. Like I was just trying to say earlier, it's all factual information that I presented. I did offer my opinions on this information. but the information itself is real and true. Tom Selleck Scoped, yep, I've read that. He said, I full of hopium. Same. Honestly, like legit, making that bearish case for crypto, like trying to genuinely make an argument that I'm bearish helped me a lot, because it doesn't feel like I'm bearish. Crypto Spaces said, it's interesting we are crashing with no reason other than the 4-year cycle time's up. Yeah, the timeline is goopy to me. And people are like, what are you saying, this time is different? Technically, those people would be insisting that this time is different because there was no altcoin bull market. There was no euphoria. There was no pi cycle top. All of these indicators that always happen in every single bull market did not fire. So no matter what, if we're entering a bear market right now, this time is different. Or if we're removing the concept of the 4-year cycle entirely and it's extended, this time is different. There's no one or the other. So when somebody's like, are you saying this time is different? Yes, so are you, dumbass. Literally look at the facts. Crypto Spaces also said last cycle we had FTX, Luna, etc. Actually, this cycle we had October 10th liquidation event, which was worse than all of those other previous ones combined. So that's a bad example if you're trying to be bullish. Philly said, I don't think the 4-year cycle is a 4-year cycle anymore. I think the next halving will F the miners badly. Philly, you spelled miners wrong. You should fix that. We're talking about 4-year cycle. So far, one of my favorites posts from today is the self-fulfilling prophecy 4-year cycle thing. Let me find it. Hold on, because it was a really good one. I'm going to find it right here. This guy. This is a great post. We talk about 4-year cycles, but the reality is that model is based on a bygone era of crypto. Since the launch of the... Okay, this is not the one that I was looking for. Hold on. I was looking for... That's a good one too, but the one that I was looking for is... I think it's from Marty Party. Yeah. No, it's from Hunter Horsley. Hunter Horsley said, here's what I see happening on 4-year cycles. Common view, people believe in 4-year cycles, and that 2026 will thus be a down year for Bitcoin. First order effect. People thus sell in 2025, front running, to avoid the down market year. That makes sense. You would sell in 2025 to avoid 2026. You're going to front run, you're going to be greedy, and you're going to take your money and run. Second order effect, the 2025 sellers cause 2025 to be a down year, thus breaking the 4-year cycle. That also makes sense. The front runners literally cause 2025 to become the bear market. Third order effect, 2026 is open season, free range, if you will. 4-year cycle is broken. Bitcoin is current at 2.5 plus 2.5% year to date 2025. This was posted today, actually, at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. It's a good post. I like it. I thought it was a good one. So yeah, those are options. That's the scenario that we're given at the moment. I, for one, again, no matter what, am excited. No matter what, this is unprecedented. We've never experienced anything like this. Times are changing. And as much as it sucks to think about starting over, if crypto is kaput and we got to find something new, I thoroughly enjoyed learning about crypto from scratch and being able to apply that like knowledge and research and like desire for exploration, I'll call it, towards something like stocks or commodities or ETFs sounds like fun to me. It does. And I never thought I'd be this person. Billy said autocorrect changed miners to miners. That's messed up. Tom Selleck said exactly this time now is different either way. Yes, this time now is different by definition. Yeah, so anyone that tries to make that argument is kind of stupid in my opinion. Crypto Spaces said 10 out of 10 was kind of in the crypto bubble. Or October 10th. Everyone says 10-10 and it makes me say 10 out of 10. Was kind of in the crypto bubble. FTX went super mainstream. That is true. Tom Selk Scott said, bro, don't F the minors. Hasn't Trump taught you anything? I thought Bill Clinton was an adult man. Is that too much? How did you guys like my thumbnail the other day? My fiance didn't want me to. She's like, don't do that. You're going to get in trouble. I was like, it's too funny for me to not put it. Crypto Spaces said, I don't see much normies talk about the October event. Yeah, that's true. I don't see much normies talk about crypto at all. That's why I think it's funny when people are like, retail went here or there. I'm like, retail's gone. Retail's literally gone. Us 12 people, 13 people, including myself, in this live stream right now, we are like representative of retail. How much retail is left from last bull market? None. We're gone. We're a dying breed. We've gone extinct. We are literally like the people left in the ghost town. People are going to show up. We're like sitting on the porch, chewing tobacco, playing our freaking banjo. We're like, are you lost? You know? Mad Pita Peppers, cracking up. We are the retail. We really are. We're all that's left, man. It's I Am Legend right now. We're all the mannequins. Oh, man. That's such a good movie. I gotta go through like a zombie robot apocalypse movie. Marathon with the family. Ah! Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Sometimes my yawn is gay. Giovanni said, it's crazy how fast 3 trillion can turn into 6. Exactly. I'm down to my last 2 trillion, actually. Believe it or not. Dream Tank said, we got this. Hell yeah. That's the attitude we gotta have, man. That is the attitude we gotta have. Do you want to, and be honest here, do you want to peace out, never invest again, grind 9 to 5 until you retire and eventually get put into a home, an old folks home by your kids because you suck and they don't want to take care of your paper-handed bitch ass anymore? It's annoying. Do you want that? Because I don't. I might want to do one of these things. I think these are all acceptable. I don't want to do this. I think this bad. So, buckle up, nut up, shut up, devise a plan, and execute accordingly. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. Fucking love you guys. Cheers. Happy Sunday. I thoroughly enjoyed streaming with you guys. What do we got? Market's pretty chill. The bull market is back. This is a green candle. I believe that fully confirms that all the bear market fears were just FUD. And we are now safe to fully ape in all of our dry powder. Not financial advice. What was I thinking? I've been thinking about doing a really funny series. What was the series, though? I don't remember. I don't know. I want to record my experience. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is not a funny series. This is something else. I got to try to remember the funny series. I'm going to do a stock series, a stock market series. And it's probably going to be a video series. And we'll probably talk about it during the live streams. But I want to build a beginner stock portfolio. And I want to go through the process of like researching what stocks to buy and stuff like that. And we're probably going to utilize AI. So it is what it is, but I'm excited. Let's see. Giovanni said, how quick $1 billion coin can become a 50 billion? Crypto Spaces said, that's why I'm bullish though, because it's the ghost town when you make the gains. Not everyone wants crypto. Exactly. Look at Berkshire Hathaway just bought Google. Are you kidding me? They've been sidelined. Massive cash hoard. And they just bought Google. And people are screaming Bitcoin bear market. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard of. You're supposed to be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. No one's greedy right now. Everyone is pissing their pants. Giovanni said, hell no. Nope. Dream Tank said, I'll be in crypto for the next 50 years no matter what. Let's freaking go. Giovanni said, I'm kind of excited we didn't get a pumpy Sunday. Jay Shear said, oh, you're back. Nice. Who? Giovanni said, yes, let's effing go. Very excited for that. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've been trying to dial in a little more on the content creation. And I will say, Dream Tank said they bought the Google tab. Yeah, my favorite post is Warren Buffett top blasting Google. That was pretty funny. I've been dialing in more on the content creation side of things, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I like the idea of building some kind of something to like help people with money. Not because I feel qualified, but I went through that. I feel like I'm still going through it. I don't know if I'll ever not be going through it. Because your mindset changes when your financial situation changes. You go from living paycheck to paycheck to like just beyond paycheck to paycheck, and you feel like you got some breathing room, and then all of a sudden your credit score starts to increase, and you have like extra money to be able to dollar cost average into stock market or cryptocurrency, or your car breaks and you can afford to fix it. It's I don't know, you feel like you can breathe. You feel like somebody was standing on your chest, like you're going through like sleep paralysis, and then all of a sudden all of that's gone, and you're like in a meadow, and the sun is out, and you're having a picnic with like all your favorite foods, and your family's there, and the tax man is dead next to the blanket, and you're like, haha, dead tax man, and you cut him up, and he's actually made out of cake. That got really weird. You guys ever see that weird there's a weird old like kids show claymation, I think it was called like Mark Twain Tales or something like that, and it was the creepiest, like most eerie shit I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm like, no wonder our parents are effed up. Let me see. This right here, these creepy little kids, and there's like an episode with the devil. Look at this. This used to be a show that kids watched. What? The episode with the devil is like the most nightmare inducing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so creepy. Go watch that if you haven't seen it. It's it's literally nightmare fuel. If you're looking for like a good creepy scare, you want to shit your pants while you're sleeping, go check that out. That's what that little fever dream that I just described is. But yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to put more time and effort into making videos and stuff, and I've really been enjoying it. So I'm glad you guys are sticking around for it. More to come for sure. But I don't know. I guess I suppose we should call it an evening. It's been just over 2 hours. I appreciate you guys for sticking around as always. If you haven't already, join the Discord. Link is in the description. It's completely free. We don't ever try to sell you anything or show any junk like that. It's a lot of fun. The stock channel in the Discord is one of my favorite things right now. The general chat, I kind of just post junk. Other people post junk. It's fun. Not a lot of conversations happening, but the stock channel, there's like some genuine good alpha in there. Flexa pointed out AMD like a month before they exploded again, so that was pretty cool. We got dyor, APLD, SMR, Plug, Kodak, all kinds of great calls, all kinds of stuff that just kind of exploded randomly shortly after we called them. So, I don't know. It's going to be fun getting into the stock market. I feel like it's a whole different beast compared to crypto. Crypto's got a lot more like retail fingerprints on it, which kind of sways the price one direction or the other. It's more prone to turbulence is what I would say. Stocks can be prone to turbulence. I feel like the gains have potential to be large, but are mostly small and safe. But the research, I feel like, pays off in stocks. Not that I've seen that pay off on either stocks or crypto, but, you know, you can look and judge for yourself. I think the stock market's been outperforming Bitcoin for like a year. But time will tell. Again, we shall see. Anyways, as always, guys, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Sunday and good night.